All right, guys, I'm going to do a quick little video for you on Karma Rewards. So Karma Rewards are a great way for you to reward your staff. And I'm just going to show you here. I'm going to go down to the Karma Rewards section. I'll show you the new thing that's launched here. So we have Karma Rewards, and I'll scroll down there. Boom. So Karma Rewards, great way to reward staff who are doing an exemplary job based on some, task list that you've assigned, and essentially it's a way to give a form of commission, but in a non-sales oriented way. So you might have staff members that are just doing a great job, things like that, and you want to have a way to track payments that are made to them and also track, their rewards over time to see how well certain staff members are doing, but they may not be directly involved in a one-to-one sales scenario relationship. For example, if they're talking to a customer directly and upselling them, from one service to another or so on and so forth, it's tough to find ways to reward those staff members and track it and so on and so forth without having it directly tied to sales. So for that, we've created Karma Rewards. So what happens is you have the Karma Rewards program and you set it up, which I'll show you in a second, and then you reward your staff with Karma Stones. So they collect stones, and each stone will have a value. You can change the value over time. You can, tweak the requirements to, get a stone basically. So first thing I'll show you, you're going to want to click Set Up Karma Rewards. And then from this page, you have the option to turn it off at any time, or you can enable it, and that will show up once you've set up your Karma Rewards. And so on this page, you'll be able to choose the award level. So you're going to set up tasks down here, and then the award level depends on how many of those tasks they completed. And so you can do 50% or more, or 100%. So if they have to complete 100% before they get awarded the stone, then you put it at 100%. And the stone assignment, I'll show you how you can do that, but this is open to your managers and admins to be able to go in and award staff with stones for doing an exemplary job, going above and beyond with customers, but not necessarily something that's tied to a direct sale, because going above and beyond is going to ultimately help your sales. So having a rewards program for staff is really crucial, but it's difficult to reward all staff using a typical commission system if you base your commission system, as we do at our shop, for example, on, so and so made such and such sales, they upsold customers XYZ, things like that. But we have other staff members that aren't very salesy or don't have the opportunity to in certain cases and scenarios, and so we needed a way where we could reward those staff members as well, because they are contributing to the whole ecosystem, and sometimes it's just providing an exceptional experience to the customer. And even though they may not have had a customer say yes to an upsell or something like that, they still went above and beyond. And that guy said, you know what, I'm coming back. You guys are my new go-to shop. I'm recommending you to everybody. So we wanted to have ways that we could reward those staff members as well. So you start by choosing the percentage, and then you're going to enter a dollar value per Karma Stone. So in this case, $5. You can set this to whatever you're comfortable with, and then you'll be able to pay that out to staff. But essentially, each time they earn a Karma Stone, they'll be awarded whatever this dollar amount is set there. If you change this value in the future, it will only affect future stones that staff are awarded. It won't impact the previous ones, right? So that being said, and then of course you can delete and edit and all kinds of stuff that I'll show you later for the assignments page. So creating your task list. So if you're not sure what some good examples are, you can click the pre-fill suggested Karma Stone tasks, and it will pre-fill. So let's say I delete all these, for example. There we go. So it'll pre-fill, if you choose that, the ones that we're using at our shop, right? So these are the ones we're using. They've been proven to work very well, but you can tweak these, you can change them, you can make your own custom ones, whatever you would like to do, you can do that, and then you'll simply hit save, and that will save your configuration for the Karma Rewards program. That's all there is to it. So once that's set up and it's enabled, now you'll be able to award stones using this button over here. So I can click on award stones, and it will pull up within the last 3 months. It'll pull up any events that staff are assigned to, and it'll say give a stone for an event, because you can give them if they're assigned to events. Sometimes you have staff that aren't assigned to events, such as maybe a receptionist or something like that. So you still want to be able to give them karma stones for doing a great job. So that's where you can apply a generic stone. The only difference between the two is one will attach an event ID and the other one will not have an event ID. That's the only difference. So essentially you'll see a list of your staff. And so I could go here and I could say, hey, Aaron did a great job. Let's give Aaron a generic stone. So I would click that. It's going to then load and it's going to say which tasks did the staff member complete. I can click mark all complete if I know they just nailed it out of the park. They did everything they should. But the other thing I could do is I could go through and actually click specifically the things they did. Now this is helpful because it will track the average completion of all the tasks over time. And so if you find that, geez, they're doing a great job, but they're still only hitting, 70% of the entire list. So then you know what kinds of things you can work with them on, right? So it's important to try and, be honest with this and say, did they greet with a smile? If they didn't, leave that one unchecked, but check the other ones. And so what's cool about this is you'll see, congrats, Aaron will earn a karma stone. But if you go through this list and based on what you set it to, let's say you set it to 70%, as you mark things off, so in this case, I've checked off 2, it says 2 tasks until a karma stone can be earned. So that's where I can then say, oh, geez, Aaron, hey, listen, next time you got to ask them about the 3 wishes for their service appointment. You have to offer some upsells and add-ons. Had you done those things, boom, you would earn a karma stone. So all you'd have to do is those 4 things out of the list and you'll be able to earn a karma stone. So it's a great way you can have that discussion with staff and encourage them to do these, full task lists. So essentially at that point, then you would save that karma stone and boom, Aaron would now be awarded another karma stone. And I'll show you what that looks like on the rewards report in a moment, but I do want to show you what happens when you're awarding a stone for an event. So if I go here, I'm going to give myself, Sean did a great job. So I'm going to award a stone for this event. And then it's like, okay, which event? So these are the events that I've been assigned to within the last 3 months that have not been awarded a karma stone. Once they've been awarded a karma stone, that event will disappear from the list. So in this case, it's a similar process. So I'd say, okay, the event on the 19th at 6:30, give karma stone. The list is going to load. I fill this all out. And as long as I meet the criteria, congrats, Sean will earn a karma stone. Save karma rewards. And so if I save that, what's going to happen is that one disappears from the list. So now you can see the only one on the 19th is the 9 a.m. one. And I could go once again and say, okay, this one, mark all complete, save karma rewards, boom. So now both of the events on the 19th, I was awarded a karma stone for. So that's how you assign the karma reward stones. And I'll show you how you can get to this page if you just logged in or something like that. I'll go through that process in a moment. The next piece of the puzzle is the report. So we'll click on the rewards report, and here you can have different search terms. You can search for different things. You can select certain staff member, and you can also modify the date range. And that will then show how many stones they earned during that date period, and it'll show their average task completion. So in this case, 94%, 81%, 44, it'll vary and it'll show how many stones they've earned. It'll show their earnings and it'll show what was paid out of those earnings. If they have an outstanding balance, it's going to say plus payment. So in this case, Aaron's earned $10 from 2 stones, $5 each. He's been paid 5. There's 5 owing. So I could click on payment. I can pay Aaron his $5 and then I can mark that as paid. And so there we go. Boom, that's paid. And so basically that's how that would look. Now, if I was to refresh the page, let me go to the refresh button. Not accessible. Okay, I'll have to refresh that in a moment. But so the next thing you can do is the view activity. So I can click on view activity and it'll pull up and it'll say, okay, so here's the events, boom, boom, and both were paid. There's nothing owing. I can delete an entry as well. If it's like, oh, geez, I did that one by mistake, you can delete that under the activity log. And similarly, let's see, this one has all owing. So if I go here, you'll see, boom, 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 that's what I wanted to show. Okay, perfect. So you can delete them from the payment page as well, or you can mark paid like I did a second ago, but then this is what it looks like when it's not assigned to an event. So it'll say no event assigned. So that way you'll know, okay, so they were assigned on these events, but they also must have done a really good job outside of that and were awarded, another stone outside of that as well. So you'll be able to see the activity at any time if you do that. And that's from this report. And then I could select just one staff member if I wanted. So in this case, we'll click boom just to Aaron, and then it'll show, and now it's refreshed and says $10 paid, $10 earned, outstanding, so on and so forth. So now how do you get to the report page and the award stones page After everything's already set up and I've just logged in, let's say I'm sitting on my calendar or something, how do I get to that page so that I can do the Stone rewards? So I would click on Stats and Reports, and once again, this is open to office managers and admins. And from here, I'll scroll down and you'll see Karma Rewards Report, which is the one we were just on. And then if I scroll down further under Tools and Actions, you'll see Karma Stone Assignment. And so this is where if I want to assign them, I would go to Reports, then under Tools and Actions, Karma Stone Assignment, and I would click that. And now I'm here where I can assign my stones. Now, another way to get here is if I click on the menu over here, I'll be able to go to Users and Staff, and then at the bottom, Award Karma Rewards. And so if I click that, it takes me to this page as well. And that's how you do that. So this is a great way for you to reward your staff, and it's something you should definitely implement in your business right away. There will be more features that are going to be added to this shortly as well, but it's definitely been helping our shop quite a bit, and I think you'll benefit from it quite a lot as well, and your staff will love you for it.